Hey, my lovelies. Welcome to my channel. How are you guys doing today? Okay. This is my second time starting to record the daily vibration. I started earlier and then the sun was in my face. Anyway, sun in my face. I had to angle differently. Anyway, welcome to the channel. If you are a new subscriber, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. I know I spoke to you guys yesterday about the channel changing, about me expanding and doing things a little differently in the daily vibration. So today the topic of discussion is going to be transmutation and how does that apply to you, the individual, in the climate that we're in right now, right? So transmutation is all about changing from one state to the next. That can be mentally, physically, spiritually. And I kind of feel like we're on all different levels of transmutation right now. So my question to you is, what are you transmuting? What are you transforming within your life? What are you creating? What are you changing the nature of? What are you changing the state of within your life? A lot of times we try to change things through like force and maybe through physically having to pick things up and move them over here before we actually get within our own spiritual being and make the changes that we need to internally first, right? The movement or the wave of the energy that we're going through right now is going to require each and every one of us to go through things from a spiritual standpoint of view. That is really the structure and the order that's happening right now. It's knowing thyself. It's understanding why you do the things you do. Learning to be perfect within your imperfections, understanding that every day gives you an opportunity for you to do something differently, for you to choose differently as to whether or not how you're going to walk your own path, how you're going to come into your own enlightenment and your own understanding, overstanding, and understanding of things, right? How are you going to transmute all of your pain, all of your disappointment, maybe even how you're going to take your anxious moment or the moments in life that you fear the most and change those moments into something beautiful, right? A lot of people don't talk about the spiritual walk and how lonely sometimes the journey could be, or maybe sometimes how you get into positions where you know not what to do, you don't know how to move, you don't know how to resolve something. You don't quite know or even understand the thing or the space that you're in at the moment, right? And I think a lot of times, but you don't understand within those moments that is the greatest time of transmutation or transformation, okay? Um, what I can say is this. We are now coming into a few things as far as the energy is concerned. We're coming into the summer solstice. We're coming into Cancer season. We're having a eclipse energy popping off within the end of the week, okay, or this weekend coming in. And everyone is going to be required, right, within this energy to really think about family, to really think about the home structure, right? You know that saying where it talks about the home is where the heart is. And this does not necessarily physically have to be a physical home. No, this doesn't have to be a physical home. This can be a place within that you call home. This is your peace. This is your tranquility. This is a place where you get to transform and to grow without anyone judging you, right? What does that look like to you? Because I'm gonna tell y'all right now, if you don't have some type of understanding of how you want that, or what that looks like to you, or how you want that to unfold, you need to start getting a grip on how you really want that to unfold. Because as we come into this energy with Cancer, what you're gonna find is more people are gonna be spinning. And I explained this on a live that we did a couple of weeks ago. You are going to find people spinning. You are going to find people not being able to handle a lot of this emotional energy that's now coming to the surface. People will have to go back and think about how they've dealt with the family structure. People will have to go back and think about the family structure, the foundation, their growth, how they move, how are they going to move forward, right? Now, and whether or not they choose to deal with that aspect of self or deal with that aspect of their lives, it doesn't matter. That's just where the energy is, right? It's going to ask you to question some things about the family aspects of your life, some childhood things that you may need to deal with and let go, some relationship things that you may need to deal with and let go, maybe seeing your parents in a different light, because at the end of the day, they did the best that they could. So how long are you going to walk around blaming your parents for, for things that you have created in your own life? So all of these things are going to come into play as we're moving into this energy, right? So how are you going to take all of this and transmute it for your growth? That's really the question in the season. When you find out that there's change needed in something, the best way for you to change is by observation. Change does not come by you forcing yourself to do something. You don't want to force the energy. Change comes by you observing that there's a change needed. And the more you observe yourself reacting in a way that you know change is required and needed, the more you will find yourself in the nature of being able to catch yourself before you react in that old way, or you react in fear, or you react in anger. Okay, so with that being said, the question for you today really is, what and how are you transmuting your pain, or are you even attempting to do that, right? And you're transmuting through forgiveness, you're transmuting through compassion, you're transmuting through acceptance, right? You're transmuting through meditation, you're transmuting through scribing. Those are so much different ways that you can transmute energy, right? On any level that you need to do it on along your walk. These are stages that you will have to go through. And if I'm gonna be really honest with you, sometimes these stages are lonely, right? So what are you transmuting today, right? How are you dealing with all of this collective energy that's going on right now? Are you taking the time to ground yourself? Are you taking the time to love yourself? Are you taking the time to honor yourself? I don't know if you guys can hear this, but there's a woodpecker someplace around here because I can hear them, like kind of like pecking on the wood. All right, my loves. Just something, food for thought, right? Self-mastery is key, especially within this climate, because if you are not in control of your emotions and how you want to move, they will be controlled for you. Okay? With that being said, my lovelies, okay, so today's vibration is all about transmutation, right? How you dealing with all of this stuff, all right? Peace, love, and light to each and every one of you. Remember, out of, darkness comes enlightenment. So you want enlightenment, you will have to go through go through the dark side of this walk, or dark night of the soul, or however you frame that dark aspect of self, the shadow self. Okay, that's going to be required, and sometimes that can be a very lonely walk. Okay, all right. With that being said, I love you guys much, and I'm gonna see you guys in tomorrow's daily vibration. Bye, my loves. Have a good day. You guys rock.